And what's up, everyone? This is El Cid, and that's right, you see it on the screen. This is Rome 2. I guess I was kind of waiting on them to get rid of some of the bugs in Rome 2. And plus, I'm running a pretty medium powered computer. It's pretty good for just about everything. I've got a pretty good video card, but I have to run Rome 2 on lowered settings just to get the performance that I need to fight some battles. So here in the last week or so, I've been dabbling a bit with the multiplayer. Now that they've got some of these bugs fixed, I've been playing some multiplayer battles, and you'll see here that I am taking Parthia. This is actually the first time I've ever taken Parthia in a multiplayer or any Rome 2 battle. I was just kind of studying up on some of the unit stats, and I decided to put together a pretty interesting army here. So we'll go over a little bit of what I'm doing here. If you'll see me in yellow on the tactical map, you'll see my flanks are widening on both sides. I've got some noble horse archers supported on one side by a noble cavalry, and then on the other side by some light lancers. Excuse me if I don't know the names of all the units yet. I'm still kind of learning them myself. So let's look. This is noble blood cavalry. It's supporting my noble horse archer here on the right flank. Then over here you'll see I have the mercenary Cimmerian lancers. Those are basically kind of comparable to light lancers in Rome 1. Very, very little defense, but they're fast moving and are good at running down skirmishers, those things of that nature. I use them to antagonize heavy cavalry because the heavy cavalry just can't catch them. And then here you'll see my other set of noble horse archers. Now if we go back to my main force, I'm bringing the death right here. I've got 5, count them up, 5 royal cataphracts, including my general unit right here. There's 3 on this flank, or not really on the flank, but behind my main line, and 2 on the right flank right here. Then I have some Indian war elephants, not taking the Indian war elephants as my general, of course. 3 Persian hoplites right here in the middle, which are not very good. They're pretty weak infantry, and you'll see how this battle continues out in a moment. As you see here, I have antagonized his cavalry. He's only bringing 4 cavalry today, and these are just spear horsemen. But you'll see that I've drawn them out. And on the other side, I'm trying to do the same thing. It's, as you'll see, I'm kind of just, I keep my distance far enough away from his skirmish, which he doesn't have much at all. He's got a few heavy skirmishers, but they're in no range to affect my antagonist cavalry here. But let's continue to go over my army. On the flanks, on one flank I have an Eastern Spearman who's probably even a worse infantry unit. But on each flank I do have Parthian swordsmen who do hold their own against most infantry and are good at flanking other infantry. And then here I have, I believe, 4 units of these Persian light archers. Pretty inexpensive, but still have a good attack and a good range. A lot of the differences between archers are their armor. It's not necessarily their attack. So Persian light archers have less armor, but still have 150 range, and I believe their weapon damage is like 25 or 27, which Cretan archers in this game have a 34 or 35 weapon damage, which is the highest. But in the preliminary, those Syrian light archers for the cost are less than half the price of a Cretan, so I think they do pretty good. But they do get eat up pretty quick if you get into a skirmish battle. And here you'll see I am shooting a little bit at his lancers here, just trying to get him to come back and chase. And my plan starts to work on the other side, however. You'll see I've moved my entire front line up because of this little altercation over here. What I wanted to do is hide the fact that I was bringing cataphracts, and so I brought my whole line up in order to move my cataphracts up without them really noticing. And at that point in time I hit the trample button, and oh yeah, just to make sure, I went ahead and reinforced with my Indian war elephants. And now he sees that I'm coming after him, but he is stuck on trees. Yay. Boom. So let's check it. I got that trample, which benefits my cataphracts charge bonus quite a bit. And you'll see they'll make short work out of these light lancers. There they go. Boom, boom, we're out. So at the same time, I'm definitely hanging out over here and just keeping a threat going on my left side. I moved up my general cataphracts and 2 other units of royal cataphracts, as well as that noble archer and the mercenary Sumerian lancers. And you'll see that he took a very infantry intensive army. These are all noble swords and sword masters, I believe. Noble sword. Oh, sorry, phalanxmen, which phalanxmen are great for shock and not necessarily for prolonged melee, but they're really good at. And here you'll see I intercepted his other 2 lancers, or actually he had a noble horseman in the mix there, spear horseman and a noble horseman. But I was able to pull off my trample and get a really good charge on this unit of spear horsemen, and then he's about to back up with his phalanxmen. And over here I've continued to harass his left flank with not only my noble horse archers, but I've got the elephants over here that you're shooting a few of their arrows as well. But this is kind of what you have to do in a when you're fighting somebody who's mainly infantry. I wanted to kill his mobility by taking out his cavalry, and you see here I've suffered a few losses because these phalanxmen have came to reinforce, but he's shooting his own guys in the back, so I get the cataphracts and move them on out. And a perfect example of him moving his cavalry out, I just went ahead and charged into them to see if I could get a few more kills before vacating this area. Those phalanxmen won't keep up with, even though cataphracts are slow, they still can't outrun horses. So you see my infantry as well as my archers just kind of lined up. I moved him back because he has severely better infantry than I do with these noble swords. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 noble swords. And you'll see over here that I've gotten my remaining cataphracts, which took a few losses. Like this unit's down to 36, general's down to 40, and he's down to 42. Lancers are half power, they're 30 out of 60, and now the noble horse archers, they're 34 out of 60. So took a few losses, but main idea was to get him immobilized. He's only got a few cavalry, about 20 horses, spear horsemen right here, and then he's got these Dacian heavy skirmishers that he brought out. So it would be impossible for me to bring my main line here and attack him all at once. His noble swords would absolutely shred my Persian hoplites. And I only have 2 of the Parthian swordsmen who still aren't any match for the noble swords. So I have to be very careful here. What I've done is I've just tried to surround my opponent. I've got some horses that have done a little bit of retreating over here. The elephants are hidden over here. For some reason I can't see them. There they are. War elephants in the trees over here. So you'll see that he's separated this unit of spear horsemen, so I decided to go after them a bit. But if he runs them anywhere over here, my archers will take care of them. I just don't want him killing any of my archers because I'm going to need him for all this heavy infantry that he has. So what I've done here is I just did a little bit of a defensive move, moving my Parthian swordsman here just to kind of shield these archers away from him. And he still is very intent on killing these guys here, so. But at the same time, you'll see I am making archer fire into his and watch this. This is a great little move here. And took out those horses, and see the skirmishers were able to get to safety, and the horses were caught in between my infantry and also these mercenary Sumerian lancers. And this unit will rout very shortly. Luckily, this replay was not corrupted. I did go over this replay before deciding to make a video to make sure that it is exactly like the battle played out. So I guess they're getting better at the replays. I've been keeping track of kind of what's been going on with Rome 2. Just haven't really made any videos. So my only choice here is to surround and pound. I mean, I can't rush in yet. He's got so much. These noble swords are just so much better than my my Parthian infantry. But you'll see that I've definitely tried to expand the zone around him, and I need my archers to use as much of their ammunition as possible. So I'm still pretty heavy on horses. I've got a lot of royal cataphracts left. I'm just trying to weaken up their lines here, as you'll see. These guys have great armor, and they're still taking some kills. They're not quite as armored as some, but they are. The light archer fire doesn't do a whole lot of damage, but it will kill a few of them. And you'll see he's moved up his Dacian heavy skirmishers here, and that kind of worried me a little bit, because I did not need him killing any of my archers at all. Oh, by the way, my opponent, I'll have to get his name off of the replay stats. He played a pretty good battle though, but I just think his army wasn't balanced. And actually, neither was mine. My army wasn't balanced at all. I went very heavy on cavalry and skirmish cavalry and shot cavalry, and just didn't spend any money on infantry at all. And at this point in time, I saw that there was a slight opening, seeing that he had rushed these guys over here, and so I noticed that he was a little weaker in his main corps than before. So I just basically am looking for an opening, and after I saw this first noble sword route, I knew that that had to be doing some good, because I was using now fire arrows with my light Persian archers. And you'll see he rushes forward, and I'm back up again. I catch a lot of grief from some opponents for my tactics running backwards. And here you'll see he has caught me with his phalanxman, but he's only catching this eastern spearman, which is I'm happy to have take the brunt of his attack. Gives me a great chance here to put in a trample charge. Where you at, guys? Oh. I guess that was my there we go. Now we're the swordsmen. Basically, they have a quick advance or crack the whip, and you'll see they came in to support these phalanxmen. And over here it comes. Here comes the madness. I've sent in my elephants right into the center of his core infantry, and you'll see they've started to route some units. And also my cataphracts were put into trample mode and sent in. I've got 3 units on his general here. And instead of my infantry being my phalanx, I made the infantry be the flankers, since they were a lot weaker. I decided that should be my hammer, and the anvil should be my horses. And there his general goes to routing. Get another good charge right there with some cataphracts. And those elephants are just causing hell right here in the middle. They're doing their job pretty well. I'm pretty happy with Rome 2's elephants. They're not like they were on Rome 1. I mean, once these elephants go amok on Rome 1, it's over. You'll never get them back. But they will go amok on Rome 2, but eventually they'll stop if they don't get killed first. So just got to be using them pretty wisely. Let's get a good little picture of these Ellies. You'll see I'm running the game on lowered graphics, but still pretty decent graphics, I would say. Let's go into cinematic mode just to see how it looks. You'll see I'm just kind of cleaning up the rest of Noble swords there in the middle. And you'll see the elephants over here. They're pretty content. So you'll see that's it. It says close victory. I mean, he was all right, but at the very finish, I was able to cause chain rout, get him off the battlefield pretty quickly. So there we go. There's our kills. I had 1,264 with 627 lost, and he had 609 kills. So had about double the kills of my opponent. But good game to rolling Rhinocerus. He played very well, even though he deployed 1,950 men. He was representing the faction of the Gatae, which is, I guess, similar to Dacia from Rome 1. And you'll see my army here, a couple of those really great horse archers. Those noble horse archers got quite a few kills. Elephants got a few kills. Cataphracts got a few kills. I think everyone balanced out. Even my Parthian swordsman here got 122 enemies killed. So I seem to have used all my units pretty balanced here. But thank you for watching. I'm definitely not a pro at Rome 2. I'm still learning most of the factions. Parthia not being one of my main factions to try, but I will be bringing battles with some with Bactria, some with Carthage, probably some with Egypt, and whichever else that anyone would like to see. So we're back. El Cid. I will talk to you soon, and thank you for watching.